afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda here of the right defender of the fatherland. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Holotny Ferma between the west. We got Stark fighting here for King and Country, the Commonwealth. The 11th Armored Division versus in the east, we got here the DonofGhaz fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. The 9th Panzer Division here with mobile defense, elite troops, and assault support with triple infantry versus Vanguard. Mobile assault and special weapons with triple infantry for him as well. MD-42 Grenadiers start here for the DonofGhaz. Most likely, was he perhaps planning a sniper here? I mean, he's not going for... Oh, there we go. There the Grenadiers. Double section for Stark, though. Pretty standard stuff. Heading northwards, heading centrewards. With DonofGhaz, they're rushing southwards with his Pioneers. MD-42 might move towards the centre more here and sort of set up around there. And who knows where the Grenadiers will go, but hopefully they'll sort of try and follow alongside the rest of the units rather than trying to branch off towards the north, in which case the DonofGhaz could definitely find himself some issues in the early game. Why here to deny cover there? Section moving towards the centre, moving from the munitions here. Partly, of course, to prevent any sort of occupation here, so push for the fuel there. And, of course, also just ensures the nation. In this case, he teabags off the tractor here to prevent the enemy from using it for cover. Southern point being secured there. MD-42 moving ahead. And he does dispatch the Grenadiers here towards the north, leaving his early game rather extended. Also more cheesebags there. Thankfully, they will, with the patch hopefully hitting soon, get removed, or, not be useful like that. Section 9 to 5 from the MD-42, grabbing points there. Grenadiers close to done. Getting some more Grenadiers. I've got a Vickers machine gun here for Stark to help control the centre. So we've got 2 machine guns carrying the centre, ensuring no one will go towards them, which actually means that he'll be able to hold the point there unless Ghaz either launches a pretty good assault or brings out a mortar. But southern point there being secured, slowly but surely for the fatherland. Then Grenadiers got there around. We got the 3rd section on the way for Stark as well. There we go, moving ahead. He'll probably encounter the Vickers very soon. Well, his men will encounter it very soon, and its bullets. There we go, suppressed. Barely beyond the arc of fire, but it's taking a lot of damage there. And suppressed, looks like they do manage past it. Second Grenadiers got moving northwards as well. They'll be in a weakened state in the section. We'll be able to easily run north once again to the house, which they will easily be able to do ahead of the Grenadiers. So overall, that didn't work out too well there for DonofGhaz. He just need to retreat. That is not going to be good for the Grenadiers. They're taking heavy damage. In this case, the managed to avoid it slightly. Grenadiers moving up here under fire from the section. Still going for the core point. That's a good idea. Instead, ignores the core point. Might go for the fuel instead. Section heading northwards. 3rd Grenadier squad there here for DonofGhaz. No mortars or anything. Grenadiers have to just throw away. This is not a very sort of helpful engagement for him. He's not really doing much with it. Grenadiers trying to go for the fuel. We've got the section moving up. They're low on health already, so unless he makes a mistake of not going to cover there, the Grenadiers won't, be able to do much. They accept into neutral, and then they have to retreat, and they'll be very low on health. There you go. Losses suffered. Southern point being harassed. Need to get some troops on that, specifically the Grenadiers, and that needs to be pretty schnell. No, he actually tried to grab the point first rather than just immediately defend the fuel point. But there you go, secured. Up here, Grenadiers down to 1 man. Definitely not good there for DonofGhaz. I mean, he managed to lose the fuel point from his opponent a bit there, but ultimately didn't last long. Lost his own fuel point in the process as well, meaning overall, that's not really working out for him frightfully well. And overall here, in this case, Stark will be able to harass his opponent much better. Though again, that's in part due to, again, there are some discrepancies between the west and east side. For example, this point is a lot harder to harass and hold, whereas this one is notably easier. There's some weirdness in that way. But then again, there's a house sort of occupying a position here that is dominating, whereas here, there's none, so I suppose it'll slightly equalise it itself. But this is definitely being a bit of a rough start there for DonofGhaz's plans. I'm not quite going where he wants it. He's going for a heavy Grenadier build. And we'll have to see, of course, if DonofGhaz falls into that trap so many other heavy Grenadier builders go, which is, of course, they don't bloody well support it. They'll go for a lot of Grenadiers, but no command bunkers, no half-tracks, probably no doctrines that support it either. Then that's only halfway. You really need half-tracks command bunkers to make a Grenadier heavy build work, But again, so many Wehrmacht players will go for the heavy Grenadier build, and then they'll just fail at, fully supporting it, meaning it just ends up being a half-efficient measure that actually ends up costing them a lot of manpower without really taking them many places. I mean, he's got here elite troops for G43s. The stun grenades will help work out there. Mobile defense doesn't offer so much. Assault support with the artillery field officer can offer a bit there, but overall, I mean, Doctrine doesn't have a lot that hugely works with it. But we have take over there for DonofGhaz. That's good. Need to get the pioneers back and then take up. A few S-mines around here could be helpful though. And apparently forgot there's a Vickers. There's Grenadiers pushing towards the centre victory point. They're being suppressed. Sections moving to deal with the Grenadiers in the north. We can also see again further on. He's got a lot of Grenadiers, but he's not really focusing anywhere sort of specifically harshly again. Basically, he's playing it like he's, gone for a lot of conscripts. Again, using a lot of conscripts like this is great. But as the Wehrmacht, again, you're not going to get a lot of traction out of it because, again, your Grenadier squad sizes are overall smaller. Again, they need to support each other more, they need to work together more. So in this regard, I don't know. Again, it's definitely not what I'd recommend here. Note, by the way, players are higher ranked. I'm not sure what, because again, there's no easy way of checking ranks. I mean, that's really one thing I wish they get around to, and just adding so you can just click on the bloody player's name and see where they're on the leaderboards. You could do that in Company Heroes. Oh, before the Steam version, you could at least so easily sort of search it up. A bit harder now, sadly. But either way, they're the higher hundreds. Though I can't specifically tell you where. Armoured car on the way there for Stark. MU42 plus away in the section. Grenadiers setting out. Need to take up. Grabbing the southern munitions point. I mean, he's got some map control now against his opponent, but I mean, this is really common mistake again for a lot of Grenadier build players. Again, they'll just go for all of them, use them to swarm, and then to support it, and of course not use them in a way that actually, works with the Grenadiers. It tends to be a bit of a mess, and again, you'll see much higher ranked players, commit to it as well, and it'll run into issues. It's kind of like, when Ostrom or all the fan, again, people go for a lot of them, and then they, not take the steps to make it fully work, which of course is to upgrade the, get better infantry down the road, which again also ran some issues. We'll of course have to see if DonofGhaz can pull through, but so far I'm just sort of pointing out again this sort of very common atypical mistakes, which I hope my viewers will please not repeat. Again, it seems like I can talk about so many things, and I'll just see someone who claims to be a fan of mine, do the exact thing I told them not to bloody well do, which is, at some point, rather disheartening. There's them engaged with the armoured car. Need to retreat, don't need to retreat. Shit, aye, sir. That was really... And a wipe, yeah. He lingered for too long. Vickers has shifted position due to the presence of the mortar. He's got no anti-tank to deal with the armoured car. He's got the take-up, but nothing to really deal with the AC Mark III there out from Stark, which is then going to give DonofGhaz a bit of a small headache. We also got early section upgrades up. Looks like he actually lost a section. Never had it. Hard to say there. Seemed to have missed it if he did. Yeah, he lost a section, so it's not all bad there then for DonofGhaz. We got Bren guns up there as well, which does increase his firepower. Good idea there. Some British players will neglect upgrading the infantry, which again tends to be sort of long-term, a bit of an awkward idea, whereas going for early Bren guns tend to be long-term a very good idea. Even on the short-term, it's a pretty good idea. So, sharp play there by Stark, and with double Bren guns on the way, they can really threaten the Grenadiers who have not been upgraded. And that definitely leaves them severely undergunned compared to their British versions. In the south here, Grenadiers with the section there again. No light machine guns in the DonofGhaz infantry. Going for a rough grenade here. Rough. If Stark isn't paying attention, that's going to be... Oh, huge! He got a wipe there. Holy snot biscuits.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer grenades.
That was actually big there for the DonofGhaz. That's 2 sections, including one with Bren guns. And as long as he doesn't suffer any too heavy losses... And, as I say that, he loses the Pioneers. But he's got Panzer grenades out. Looks like game for the Panzer Schlecht to help deal with the armoured car with that. Mortars doing some damage here, so I suppose it's slightly having an equalising effect between the two. But still, DonofGhaz now does have an infantry advantage over his opponent. Though of course, there's still lack of support for it.
Vehicles and infantry are ready to break through enemy lines.
Sappers pushing southwards. There we got 2 Sapper sections. We got Doctrine. It is Vanguard. Good lord, we don't get to see Vanguard very often. Again, it tends to, like, in 95% of the cases will be, well, mobile assault, and then a few others will be going, for tactical support. So, to see Vanguard operations in usage is quite rare. It's a pretty good doctrine still. It's just, a dozen of them land mattresses. But there you go. We got the Fort Logistics slider down. We'll have to see where it puts down. But that can mean a lot of commandos at a pretty good price for start there in the longer run. Plus, if it sets up correctly, it'll be a pretty good fort retreat point as well. And this is the armoured car, and there we go, he dusted it up here in a pretty good position. You got the air landing officer out there to lead the way to victory. Panzer going to do the Panzer X, rather reveals from there instead of trying to, hunt down the armoured car. A bit awkward, will cause starting there to play his armoured car a bit more carefully around it, which is not probably what he wants there, should want. No further take up there, though he could consider it. He could consider it there versus Stark. He could also consider Doctrine, maybe, assault support here. The Opel Blitz could provide him with extra fuel and munitions, which I think would be quite beneficial there for DonofGhaz. Sappers can't really hold back the Panzers, they're going straight for the armoured car, at least threaten the cut-off point. Sappers taking loss from the mortars. Vickers section there, healing, reinforced near the fort logistics line. There you go. Around the car front, the MD-42 heroically pushes back the Sappers there. Panzer they're getting off a few hits there on the armoured car, but they're taking heavy loss there from the Bren guns. Shredded out in the open with no cover. Nowhere to hide. Commanders pushing forwards, no upgrades for them. And I think that's actually a sign of take-up. There we go. We got the third tier there, or second battle phase being researched for the DonofGhaz. Southern point was shot there by the air landing officer. And he could easily be setting up for commandos. Again, 350 manpower is pretty good for a 5-man unit, which performs extremely well. And with some pretty good veterancy bonus. There we got a mine here. Good spot for a mine by Stark. MD4 setting up here. Oh dear. Right as he says about shifting about there again. Be careful about being too finicky at times. And, keep your grenadiers close to your machine guns. And in this regard, that was overall not the most efficient use of the MD42 by the DonofGhaz. And he was almost, in this case, heavily punished here by Stark's air landing officer, who quickly falls back here. Can't win this engagement at long range. Going to try and draw them in. We got mines going down there. Going to do hits mine. Half the unit gone. And in the centre, Mortar doing what he can. Another section on the way for Stark. Not going for commanders to replace the losses in this case, but just regular sections. I mean, that does make sense as well, though, of course. He could go for some commanders and then throw on the Bren guns. Remember, you can upgrade them with Bren guns, at which point they can fire them on the move. You got pioneers on the way there for the DonofGhaz. Stark not doing so much. We got a bit of quiet here and there. Overall, though, Stark is in good control of the map here over the DonofGhaz. Again, he was not able, I think, to leverage his grenadier heavy build very efficiently. Again, it's a very common mistake, even again amongst high-ranked players. And again, I imagine he's a pretty high-ranked. Again, I'm just know there's going to be some idiot going noob or something like that, I mean, they're just so tiresome to have to look at, and it's usually, again, some guy who can't even fight his way out of a paper basket. I mean, that's usually what noob tells me. If you've seen a comment like that, it's usually, again, this guy is terrible at the game. It's one of those words which tends to be more, a self-descriptor than an actual description of what they're trying to describe. Gunnizo taking a nasty hit there from the armoured car. Panzer flying. Can't shoot through the hedgerows there. That's pretty much just revealed to the opponent that the Panzer hiding behind there. Oh dear, we get to the very rare heroic charge, which is also really, officer charge is also really fast. Oh dear, he almost got his own unit wiped there by the bung grenade. But officer charge, extremely powerful. It pretty much reduces all damage taken to clear to, nothing, and also just boosts the combat power, plus gives some sprint. Sam standing out in the church in the north. We got MD42 there, gonna do sneaking in. Mortar here, veterans 1. Only 2 kills, hasn't done so much. Pioneers rolling ahead. Gonna do suppressed here by the Vickers, grabbing the northern victory point. Gonna do reinforcing. He's got the support crop and can soon go for a Panzer IV. His opponent's already taken up, and of course that raises the question, should he be aiming for a Panzer IV, maybe for Stug? Again, instead of preparing, going ahead there. And of course, that got this, it also a bit the same issue as the Orbital Command West. If you're ahead, go for the Panzer IV, sure, but if you're behind, you might want to go for something else. And that's rather the question is, DonofGhaz, not a bit behind, and must, should rather prepare for, further ahead. But in this case, we can see that Stark is quick to grab a lot of territory. He's also moving down aggressively. Very good work there. Again, it tends to be something a lot of players neglect, but clearly Stark is of a higher quality, and of course ensures to, solidifies advantage he pushes it. But there we go, we got the Panzer on the way for the DonofGhaz. Again, we'll have to see how this works out, but I'm certainly a bit nervous this could backfire on him, because, I mean, Star's already got an armoured car, he's got 6 pounder guns, and of course he can soon bring out armour, meaning the Panzer IV is going to be rather outnumbered, at which point, again, the Stuke will certainly help more versus larger numbers of tanks, and the Austrian could do better versus a larger number of infantry, if well handled. All the way, we got the Panzer IV here for the DonofGhaz, the Panzerkampfwagen 4, going to do something southwards. Yeah, finally getting some upgrades up on them. Then north, we got the MG42 engaged here by the armoured car. His Panzer gun is moving away. Not too good there for the DonofGhaz and the 9th Panzer Division. Got the Panzer IV being rolled northwards to try and save the situation. There we got troops heading southwards. Pioneers from the minesweepers are not heading down to support there. You know, maybe check for mines. Bit of a mistake there by the DonofGhaz. Bit of a mistake. But Mali, there we go. Gonna hit the mine. Clearly the DonofGhaz has not learned much from finding his opponent. He's not that much. Soon Stark can go for a Cromwell if he wants to. He's got the fuel, he just needs the manpower to make things a bit more missable. Heading southwards there, Grenadiers standing behind some hay bales. Grenadiers here, Panzer Grenadiers there. We can certainly see he's getting increasingly more passive. He's getting more nervous. And again, partly because, you know, he went for a Grenadier heavy build, which he didn't support very well. I mean, I really wish some of those Grenadiers sort of heavy fellows there would just, you know, think a few more steps ahead, you know, think maybe, just maybe, I should get something so I don't lose steam so quickly. Some kind of thing to reinforce at the front line. And his Panzer IV going straight there for the armoured car. We got Grenadiers here following up. And there we go, coming up here, opening up the Panzer's good work. Almost got the armoured car, getting off some good hits. More supporting, Cromwell on the way there for Stark. Smoke pop there, Panzer IV pulling head straight into the 6 pounder gun though. Still could bypass it, get the armoured car and then knock out the anti-tank gun. Right behind it. Get close and unpleasant. There we go. Mick is pushed away. Didn't right behind it. Still making good progress in the north and the south though. Things are looking a lot worse. MD4 needs to retreat. We got the heroic charge there from the officer. Cromwell almost starting. There we go, grenade off. Light gun bomb. And that could very well be a wipe. And a machine gun there for Stark. Not getting too well handled there. Need to repair the Panzer IV. Grab points as much as you can. Got a unit there. Section wiped. Another wipe there for Stark. So even he gets the MD42, he has suffered quite a bit. And we got the Cromwell tank out here for Stark. And the 11th Armoured putting a bit of pressure there on the 9th Panzer Division. Which got a bit of manpower, so he should expend it in some way. You'll probably have to go for a replacement MD42 though. Cromwell rolling straight ahead, pretty recklessly, strains the Panzerstrecks and takes both of them straight on. That could have been executed a bit more wisely, I think, by Stark. And apparently needs 2 more Panzerstreck rockets to get the message, maybe. In the south or centre, commanders in the far from the mortar needs Grenadiers up there. We got more light machine guns. We got more Panzer Grenadiers here for the DonofGhaz to help with the infantry. That's definitely not a bad idea. Of course, he needs to be mindful of his machine gun he handed over to the enemy and its potential positions. Still, he's been able to gain the northern part of the map, but there you go. Cut-off front exposed. Needs to counterattack there rapidly. We'll have to see, of course, it ends up doing that. Grenadiers retreating right past them. We've got a command squad on the way for Stark as well. Need to get the Panzer over there to deal with that. No pin from that machine gun for it.
The territory is out of contact. Your commandos are ready.
Grenadiers moving up. Panzer IV moving in. There we got the commanders being pushed away. Rav grenade up. Grenadiers, they've forgotten a pretty bad position again. There's nothing to defend it because now rushed everything back towards the cutoff point. Gas needs to sharpen up his tactics at the very least. Almost got the sappers there, but need to retreat the Grenadiers. And he needs to get a Strug up to support his Panzer IV there as the Cromwell. Southern points being recaptured again for the umpteenth time. Troops reinforcing. He needs to get back to the front here. He's still holding the fuel point, but that's about it.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Sappers under fire there from the Panzer IV. Cromwell moving in there. Needs to get the Panzer up to cover the flank there at the very least. Can do it. Come on. There we go. Panzer IV takes it though. Gets a decent hit in return. The Cromwell. There's a small chance of actually getting it, I think. There we go. More hits. Almost got it. Almost got it. 6-pounder gun sending out. Might be able to get it, but his Panzer IV's going to take some damage. And misses the Cromwell. Needs to blitz out there. Really close, but in this case, Stark got a bit lucky. Still, he should go for Stug. Just further increase his chance. We've got commanders running up here behind some sandbags. Bring themselves to the Grenadiers. Need to flush them out. Schneller needs to choose a Doctrine. To be honest, he was choosing a Doctrine ages ago. Officer charging in a pretty poor move, running straight in front of the Panther 4 and other elements there. And almost wipes himself with a grenade, but gets wiped in the end. Grenadiers have suffered quite harshly. So some brutal fighting going on between the DonofGhaz. I mean, he's making some progress. It's not, of course, like, you know, Ghaz is playing a complete arse with ears, but there's definitely some strategic issues and tactical mistakes that sort of constantly crop up against Stark. Of course, Stark is not playing flawlessly either, but clearly, tactically and strategically, he's a bit sharper. Again, you know, he solidifies territorial gains with mines, for example. He uses sandbags. I mean, overall, there's just a bit more coherence in what he does tactically and strategically compared to DonofGhaz. Again, is trying to sort of get it all to, you know, stick together there. And in fact, he's very close to losing his Panzer Grenadiers, but he almost got the Cromwell as well. But the problem is losing them and then almost getting the, you know, Cromwell doesn't quite work out. I mean, you're not really going to put, you know, on someone's tombstone, well, they almost got those tanks. Almost. It was almost worth it. You know, that doesn't quite work out. Second Panther 1 though for the DonofGhaz. Not a fan of that one. I think he should aim for a Stug here. I think he should aim for a Stug, and he should have been faster about it and maybe gone for some more Panzer Grenadiers to make up for the anti-infantry. Whereas again, the Stug could have more than made, you know, dealing with tanks easier. As for Stark, we're getting a Firefly on the way there, aka the Shona VC. Second moving hit for the CoH point, Mortar nearby, but it's exposed. Needs to get the Panther 4 down there. And someone hits a mine here, or something. Looks like there's poor Jurgen there blown to bits. Got the Panther 4 running down. We got troops healing reinforcing. We got another Panther 4 on the way there for the DonofGhaz.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Almost got this section. It's the wreck instead. Also, at this point, you know, he might want to consider mining off his CoH point. The areas around here to make it harder to harass for Stark. There you go, 2 Panther 4s out. And I think he should have gone for Stug. I mean, he could still follow up with Stug, and he definitely needs to go for a Doctrine, though. That's the one thing really here that DonofGhaz so far has yet to do. Choose a Doctrine. Again, at the 20-minute mark, you're pretty much lost all benefit from even remotely being so, you know, reactive about it. Oh, good hit then. The commanders almost got them, but he almost lost his Panzer Grenadiers as well. We're close to 52 there with the Panther 4. Close, but not quite there. Panzerjäger's moving ahead. We got the Grenadiers holding up in the church. We got the Vickers covering here, preventing them from just moving in eastly. Got the fuel point again, though. In this regard, though, DonofGhaz has been able to sort of reasonably well keep things up here in that regard. We've received sort of flaw in Stark's play. He's not very good at defending his northern territories, but we got the Panther 4s rolling ahead here with no clear idea where the anti-tank gun is, for example. No support either, and run straight into the Firefly. So right here, and plus a bit of a cluster mess up in terms of traffic. Lost a unit, Grenadiers got wiped. He was trying to do too much at the same time with no clear idea what the opponent was up to. That was a bit of a mistake. They lost the Grenadiers. At least they didn't lose the Panzer 4, but that could have been executed a bit more sharply. And finally, after 23 minutes and 23 seconds, he chooses a Doctrine in his assault support, which is one of those doctrines where you get a lot more out of it. You choose it sooner and, you know, use it more effectively in your strategy. You know, like a Noble Blitz early on could have been a huge thing for him. You know, a lot of more fuel, which could allow for more tanks faster. That would have been great. The assault officer, you know, buffing his infantry, laying down smoke to deal with the machine gun. And that could have been great as well. Maybe, you know, a few well-placed, you know, strafing runs to gain heads up, you know, in the engagements. But sadly ends up choosing it to the point where there's, I mean, you know, he's just lost out on so much opportunity here, so definitely a weak doctrinal choice there, which does tend to be something, again, some players, even high-ranked players, struggle with quite a bit. In fact, I see a lot of high-ranked players. Hell, we see them a lot on the channel, you know. Players just end up, you know, taking ages to choose a doctrine, and then, you know, just flounders a bit about with it. So, you know, that's a definite area of improvement there for DonofGhaz, you know, just choosing a doctrine in time and then, you know, using it actively. Because really, this is a doctrine that, you know, requires active choice. You know, it's assault support, not, you know, sitting about on your thumbs support. That's definitely not too slick. He's going for a pack 40 now, but he got more commanders for Stark. I mean, he's really going heavy in the commandos. And again, we're not, you know, talking those, you know, to just infiltrate. He's actually using them, you know, properly. So this is, you know, kind of nice to see as well. Though he could do a bit more with the Doctrine. You know, there's no raid operations, which is an extremely good ability, by the way. And vehicle repairs obviously is not much use. Oh, almost got a wipe there. Strafing support is also an option in the theater. There's also the Vanguard operations. Crocodile there. Grenadiers moving straight into the Sabs, coming in for the Cromwell. We got the Panther 4, Panzerjägers and Grenadiers supporting, pushing forwards for the fatherland. Shannon VC, the actually seeing repairs, having apparently taken some damage from Ghaz, who's once more left his southern territories quite vulnerable and open.
Army commandos ready to go. Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
I mean, in theory, he could be aiming for a Tiger tank, though, if he really is. He should have gone for Novel Blitz. Hell, he should have gone for it sooner, because that way he could be supported more actively again with a lot more resource. Again, that would have been a lot more efficient. Notably more efficient than, you know, just sitting about. Stark, on the hand, again, is keeping up good pressure. He's again attacking from several points. He's not just, you know, bludgeoning away. He's looking for weak spots. He's trying to find out where DonofGhaz is weak and then, you know, push through there. So overall, we can see Stark is really making pretty good use of the Brits. And again, he's definitely not playing the Brits by the meta, which is also pretty great to see. In this case, Ghaz there, machine gun, not very well connected with anything, and quickly gets wiped, handing over another MD-42 there to Stark. Not exactly good either. We got the Firefly there. No Tulip rockets for Stark. We got air support called in here. The Luftwaffe strikes for the Junkers, also known as Stuka. Push from north end, tank and spot it. Quickly pulls away. Panther 4 setting up. We got one Veteran 2 though with the Schutzen added. That's something there for him, but he still needs to play this intelligently. Otherwise, the Schutzen won't add up to much. Particularly as the Firefly with his 17-pounder gun. 6 pack 40 spotted here by Sappers. Oh dear, Ghaz. The support weapon to work, meant to support other things. Gating straight onto an anti-tank gun. Oh dear, that was a terrible assault there by the DonofGhaz. His Panther 4 gets knocked out in a matter of seconds because again he just tried to rush an anti-tank gun head on. Not well handled there by DonofGhaz, not well handled. Sappers moving northwards here, Pioneers being suppressed. Sappers moving in there, pinned down to the ground. You got the Panther 4 moving up here. Firefly shoots, gets a good hit there. Veteran 2-1. Troops being suppressed, pinned down to the ground like insects. No hope of escape. More damage to the remaining Panther 4. Not looking good here for the DonofGhaz. He's saving up for that Tiger ever so desperately. Pioneers moving up, but there he goes. Sets up the Firefly to cover the retreat path here. And there you go. Cromwell goes in for the kill. Flashing it out essentially. Like a hound flashing out the prey for the hunter. And there we go, in this case, the Hound finishes it off itself. Damaging the Cromwell, though. Pack 45 where they did not get cleared out. He might actually be able to get both of them, but loses another unit there. Another wipe for DonofGhaz. Not really good there. He still needs to be really careful about his unit preservation. He's just down to one Grenadier squad after... Oh, he also lost his Panzer Grenadiers here. Stark is annihilating the DonofGhaz. He's completely breaking him. The Firefly gets away. The Cromwell probably won't. The Firefly will escape this nightmare for now. That was Commanders were able to finish off the pack 40. Gets to Cromwell, but he loses an anti-tank weapon. Basically hands over another weapon to Stark. So when he gets a target, there's going to be a lot of anti-tank weapons that can deal with it. So yeah, that didn't work out too well there for the DonofGhaz remotely. So now he's got 2 Pioneers, 1 Grenadier, 1 Mortar. He's clearly setting up for the Tiger. His opponent's got a Firefly, which is going to be close to Veteran 2, which means going to be in better versus the Tiger. Yeah, definitely a pretty awkward situation DonofGhaz has sort of put himself into. Again, overall, not the most efficient Wehrmacht strategy. We can see here that Stark seemed to cancel the Firefly. I mean, we might be planning for Comets or Churchills, but or maybe just another Cromwell. Feeling quite confident, just one Firefly. You got Panzer Grenadiers there for the DonofGhaz, even as the Tiger certainly looking rather beyond his reach, because again he has been able to keep up the fuel supply very steadily. Because again his map control has increasingly gotten worse. Demo charge there laid down with the commanders, then hiding behind the fence. Those jerry bastards won't see it coming.
We're losing a capture point.
I'm surprised we could all hide behind this tiny fence, though. Fixing up the Firefly.
Suggests the enemy is down to 75 points.
But nice use of commanders overall, though. Going for the victory points, not looking good there for Ghaz either. Again, his strategy has sort of unraveled. And again, it tends to be, one of those big issues for a lot of Wehrmacht players. They tend not to have the most solid strategies at times. Again, they'll be, hey, I'll go for a lot of grenadiers, and then I don't know where to take it. Well, that's not very brilliant now, is it?
Our capture point.
It's also, why I do this video, to point out these flaws, so hopefully at one point it filters through to them, so they stop doing that, actually begin putting together a more coherent strategy, because really, again, while the Wehrmacht does require more effort, it's not impossible to win unless you play like a complete clown, at which of course, you deserve to lose. There you go, Commander's going straight here for the Pioneers. And there you go, aggressively getting the Pioneers, pushing them back.
Trying to take one of our points.
No grenades for start, though he could have benefited that from the sections a bit, I think. He's also very close to the Crocodile. It's clear setting up for it. He briefly considered another Firefly, but decided against it. Really close to the Tiger tank for the DonofGhaz. Really close, trenches going down there, and he goes for the officer now.
Threatening a capture point.
Gets a bit of desperation there. Again, the sort of, well, chances are probably low. I might as well, use it now. So again, trying to use it early and see if that might, help me win better. So there's all, one of those weird choices. But there you go. We got the Tiger finally out here. We've only got 32 points left. It's not going to make a difference.
There are 25 points.
Commanders here versus Panzer is rushing straight up. I think at this point, DonofGhaz isn't even caring. He's just, playing it to the end. But there's clearly no real thing going on there. I don't think he cares. He's just tossing it away there, wasting its valuable material and lives of the Wehrmacht. Because he can at this point. There you go, Tiger rolls to hit, 6 points left. Might get the MD-42 there. Almost. One survivor. 2 points and GG, game over. Bit of a shorter fight here. Bit of a brawl, and again, the DonofGhaz, of course, didn't do completely terrible at all times, but again, it was an awkward start and some clear mistakes done sort of in the bigger picture at times. Again, heavy grenadier builds, support it, damn it, support it. Also, don't wait, to like 20 minutes to choose a doctrine. Yup. Not very well grenadier built supporting person. I mean, again, I try to say this a lot, but again, if you're planning a build that involves a lot of grenadiers, for heaven's sake, support it. I don't know how many times I've seen, again, it just seems like, this latest trend, which again keeps blossoming up, and then apparently it sort of dies out because no one apparently has the wits about them to go, maybe, just maybe, I should try supporting it with a half-track or a command bunker. I mean, come on, people, it shouldn't be that hard. So yeah, sorry for sounding a bit, bitter about it. I'm just, a bit tired that apparently, again, this is somehow not catching on, I mean, apparently I have to go out there, get a lot of guns, despite this not being the thing I found the most interesting, and then support it to show this is how you do it. I mean, come on. I mean, I can't really have to be the one that has to put on the big boy jackboots and, do all the thinking work for you that way. Anyways, again, DonofGhaz, initially got moves, but again, the sort of same useful strategic mistake tend to fall in for some Wehrmacht players again, a lot of grenadiers, and then going for Panzer forces, despite being behind, not going for Stugs when the situation clearly calls for Stugs. And yes, splitting up infantry too far, not keeping your support weapons close to the infantry. I mean, a lot of those stuff. They start their role played pretty well, and certainly it's not just, DonofGhaz, not playing fully efficiently. That, matters is also start playing very solidly as the British, making use of commandos, making use of Fireflies, and all that. I mean, to just saying it's just, Ghaz being a clown is, rather belittling Ghaz too much. I mean, he's, again, didn't play completely half-assed. He still made some good moves here and there. The problem was, again, strategically, it wasn't very coherent. And again, on the higher levels, if your strategy isn't, fully coherent, it's going to fall apart. Comparatively, Star, again, had a clear strategy and executed it very fluidly. Again, had DonofGhaz been playing against a player, wasn't playing that well either, I mean, there's a good chance Ghaz could have won this. But again, he played against a player who knew what he was doing. Again, he made gains, he mined them, he He had control of what he was doing, and DonofGhaz didn't quite seem to know what he was doing, and that's all the problem again. Stick to a strat, understand it. Or again, if you're going for a lot of infantry, at least get the command bugs and half-tracks to support them. But this is Imperial signing off again. Sorry for getting a bit ranty, but I've just seen this too many times and I just need to let off some steam. And hopefully, again, this will somehow filter through. But this is Imperial signing off, and see you all tomorrow for another exciting episode, I hope. Cheers.